An important part of any deal is obviously making sure that you actually have the correct buying and selling info and making sure that you know what your offer needs to actually be for the property. And what we've done here inside of Forefront is that we've actually built out some really cool ways for you to have some calculators in here to help you along the way. So if you're inside of one of these lead records, what you can do is you can just come over here to the side and you can say, here in this buying info, would you like to buy via wholesale or fix and flip? There are obviously many other exit strategies, and we'll be adding more in the future as well. But for now, these are obviously the two that get used the most. And so all you have to do is just simply click here, and you can choose which one you want. Let's, in this case, let's go for wholesale. And so when we do that, you'll see that this buying analysis information pops up. And so this is a basic simple calculator that's going to, one, tell you your MAO, and it's also going to give you a projected profit. And so you can see the calculations down here as well. So let's just go ahead and fill this out for this particular one. So let's say that the ARV for this house is 250, and we're going to offer, say, at 70% on the dollar. You can obviously change this depending on your market. You can go 80, 90, 95, or less if you're in a less competitive market as well. Let's say repair costs on this house are 30,000, and let's just put in some other costs. Let's say we're going to handle closing. We're going to and just have some holding costs and things like that potentially in there. So let's just say 5,000 for that. My desired wholesale fee, this is my assignment fee. I'm going to go ahead and say that I want to make at least 10,000 on this one, and so I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And when I do that, you see that I now have a maximum allowable offer that was put here. And so I know that when I'm offering them money, I need to go ahead and start below that. So let's say that I talk with this person and I make them an offer of $120,000. So let's go ahead and just put that 120. And we're going to say that it was made verbally. You can also choose email, written, or if you don't know, you can leave it as unknown. And then you can obviously select the person on your team that did this. And we're going to say that I made that today. So I'm going to click create. And now I have a buying offer in here for $120,000. You can also see that that updated over here into the activity log. When I did this, it also went ahead and updated the projected profit, okay? Because it knows that my MAO is 130. At 130, I have a $10,000 wholesale fee, but since I offered 120, I have a $20,000. So the other things that we can do right here is we can go ahead and put these dates in here. Now, there's not yet an internal calendar here inside of FlipPilot, and this is just for records on this deal. This isn't going to be pumped to your Google Calendar or anything else currently. That will change in the future. But for now, what we can do is we can come here and let's say that they actually accepted it verbally today. And so we can do that. And if I wanted to, I could come in, I could say that they actually signed the contract. The contract date is this one. We could say that that gets done today as well. And then for our closing date, let's go ahead and just push this out a couple of weeks. Let's go to June, and let's say that it's going to be on June 15th. I'm going to hit save, and you'll see that all of this information is in here. So now, once I've done that, obviously I need to flip over to the selling side of things, the disposition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and would I like to sell via wholesale or fix and flip? So let's just go ahead and say that we're going to wholesale this one. So once I click that, you'll see that we actually have some more information that gets added in here, and my actual profit right now is showing that it is at 120,000 in the hole because I don't have an offer in here yet. So let's go ahead and add this information in. So I'm just going to hit the little edit button up here, and when I do that, it's going to let me choose the status. Now this is just so that I can keep track of how it's going in the dispositions pipeline. But let's just go ahead and say that this has been assigned, and we're going to say that we got a $5,000 earnest amount, and we're going to say that it has been deposited, and we're going to go ahead and come back here, and we know that we could sell this house for 140, but let's just say that, hey, we had it bid up, and so we actually sold it for 150. We're going to go ahead and come in, and we can also update the inspection date. Many folks have an inspection date in their contract that has to be taken care of by that point, or have the contract canceled. And we put this in here in case you do have that. So let's just go and say that this is June. Let's say June 7th, and we have that as the inspection date there, but we actually say we assign it tomorrow, and our closing date is going to be June 15th. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and you see that what has happened is we actually now have the earnest money. It shows that it has been deposited. My sale is going to be $150, and it's also going to show me what my actual profit is that I am making on this deal. This is going to allow us to go ahead and track this information and go ahead and update things for you as well. So that's a quick run through of the buying and selling info. As I said, there will be more information that gets added in. Fix and flip is very similar. There's just a couple of different fields that, if you're doing that, will obviously make sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Support@ForefrontCRM.com.